Hello there everybody, my name is not Max and welcome back to Warthunder. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to fly a Spitfire. You guys may be able to hear, but I'm a little sick right now, but I promised a Spitfire tutorial and here it is. So, step 1, rule 1, and you can see I'm following it to the letter, is always fly a Spitfire. Not a piece of American trash, not a BF-109, nothing like that, always a Spitfire. Am I biased? No. So actually getting into it then, you can see that I've been climbing the whole match. Highly recommend, no matter what plane you're flying, please, for the love of all that's holy, climb. If you don't climb, you don't have options, and if you don't have options, well, you're dead. So I've climbed up to a pretty high altitude. That's rule 2. Rule 3 is always pay attention, and in this specific scenario, I'm showing you what not to do, because I am actually not at my desk right now. I am on my bed over there, typing a passive-aggressive email to my professor because he still hasn't posted the rubric for something that's supposed to be due tomorrow. And so I see the red dot, I'm not wearing my glasses obviously, and I jump back onto my computer and I hit my mouse down and it almost kills me immediately. So always pay attention, keep scanning your surroundings, don't be like me. Alright, so jumping a little bit closer into the battle then, you can see I got that XP50 selected. Highly recommend whatever you think is the greatest threat to you, make sure you have it selected. I'm looking around right now, I'm scanning, it's definitely that XP50. For those of you who don't know, I'm flying the Spitfire Mark 9. Every Spitfire flies mostly the same, but the Mark 9 is the one right in the middle of the tech tree, so you can always grab something from it. Now this XP50 here, he's a credit card warrior, it's a premium aircraft, it's really OP. If you see this and you're in a Spitfire Mark 9 or a Mark 5 Tropical, please, for the love of God, blow this thing out the sky, because if you let it survive, it'll just wipe your team. And you're sort of the only plane that has much of a chance. I'm dodging, and then, I don't know, he goes off to play Animal Crossing or something. I think he might have J'd out because he knew I was about to get a shot on him. But he might just have been a bad sport and decided that he didn't want to play the game anymore. I don't know. The good thing about XP50 players is that in general, they're actually not that good at the game, because they just wipe everyone with their plane. I get a nice little snipe on that P-38 as he's flying away from me. That is the advantage with stealth bullets. I only have to land a couple of hits on his wings, snap it off. And now I'm turning around and I'm going into a 2v1. I always like to say in a 2v1, I start to crack at about 4v1, 3v1, somewhere around there. So I'm feeling quite confident. I duck the first guy, P-63. He's behind me now. I got to dodge him and the P-51 at the same time. We go low, we kick the tail out, P-51 goes flying past us. P-63 commits himself to the turnpike. That's super important. He is reliant on that P-51 coming back and taking another swipe at me, which he doesn't. P-51 goes for P-47 behind me. So this P-63 is dead. I know he's dead. We all know he's dead. He probably knows he's dead. He really shouldn't have committed so heavily to turnpiking a Spitfire. You can see that I'm just slowly bringing my nose around. I'm checking around. I know that there's nothing he can do. I'm going to take a shot, but I'm only going to take one when I know it's going to hit, because I might as well. He's not getting away from me, right? This is it. If I kick the tail out here a little bit, I think I could have gotten another glancing blow on him, but I didn't. I really wanted to hold out. He's going for the vertical. We're doing a horsepower and energy test. I have more. Daka. And he's dead. Again, stealth bullets really coming in clutch there. So I've killed 3. The battle is essentially over now. You know it's over because my team is still at altitude. The Americans are down low. I'm looking at that P-51. That's the one that went head on with the P-47. I'm thinking it's probably screwed. I don't really feel like I need to take a shot at it, just because of how damaged I know he is, because I watched that fire. I'm looking at the P-51 to my right hand side of my right wing there. Was it starboard port? I don't know. He doesn't look injured. Doesn't look like he's taken any hits, but he's also 5 kilometers out, and I've got an altitude advantage and a speed advantage, so there's no way in hell he's going to catch up to me. I just checked my map because we're going towards an airfield. Remember that when you're playing this game, small airfields don't have anti-aircraft guns. Super important. Large airfields do. You can chase someone to their small airfield, but as soon as you get to the large one, you do have to give them some space. I'm going to do a little roll, keep myself nice and organized here. I'm just kind of whizzing up and trying to gauge how damaged he is. Is he going to make it back there? If he is, I'll shoot him. I've come to the conclusion that I'm pretty sure he's going down. think his engine is done. I don't really hear a lot of engine sounds coming from him. He does a nice little dodge. I decide, you know what, we'll go with honor, and we'll let him go. Because there's no reason for me to shoot him down, because I'm pretty sure he's already dead. That firebrand just shot down the Japanese plane, I believe. No, Swedish is what that is. I'm going to flip around and go for the P-51, because he looks to be the biggest threat. The P-51 is definitely dead. I think his engine's stalled. Even if it isn't, like, still going to kill him as soon as he takes off in the airfield, but the firebrand does not share my sense of honor, and he kills it. It's not like a negative to the firebrand, like obviously we have to kill the enemy team, but you know, I made the decision to leave that so the P-47 would get the kill. I could have killed him and got 5 kills maybe, but not worth it. Take a couple squeezes here. You see I'm not holding the trigger, I'm really just doing little bursts, make sure my guns don't jam. And with that, that's 4 aircraft destroyed, a pretty good showing for me. To be fair, this is not how every match goes, but once you get the hang of it, most matches will go this way for you. The real test of someone's skill, though, and I always like to say this, especially to new people, is not when your team does well, like we did here. Like my team wiped them. It's when your team does poorly. And I do have a battle to show you where it doesn't go particularly well for me, and I just want to chat about it because it shows my thought process. Okay, so here is the next battle. You guys know I'm going to lose. Obviously, I'm narrating this after it's happened, so I know I'm going to lose. First indication is one of my team shoots down another team member, which means we lose 2. It's that Focke-Wulf, the BF-109 in front of me there, sorry, with the broken engine. He's still in the fight, the Spitfire definitely isn't. He could repair and get back up, but by the time he does that, we've already lost 2 planes taking off the runway. I'm also versing the Americans, so we know there's going to be XP-50s. XP-50s start with an air spawn. This is a huge problem right now, because this is a tiny map. It's really small, like this whole battle is 3 minutes, and that's including the climbing. So, because they have an air spawn, they just get so much more of an advantage over us. You'll see when we meet the army of credit card warriors, they're like 3 kilometers above me. There's diddly squat I can do against that. But this is just one of those examples of what happens when your team gets obliterated. So, I know we have a ground pounder. I don't have anything against ground pounders, but obviously they will get obliterated pretty quickly. It's just what happens. As soon as you bring rockets or bombs, you're slowing down your fighter, and then you get obliterated. So I'm looking to the left. I've got 1, 2, well, there's 3 friendly aircraft up with me. Got a bunch of brigands and stuff over to the left hand side. So essentially all 3 of us are going to take on the entirety of the enemy team. Got the XP-50 up there. I immediately snap to it and select it, because I know I know he's the problem, alright? I know he's going to murder me. So that BF-109 shoots down another one of our teammates, and then we lose 2 in quick success, 1 to an XP-50. So all of a sudden it's like we're 5 down, and I haven't even shot my first bullet yet. So I know I'm dead. Like, I know this is going to be a battle, which in general I wouldn't have included. There's 2 planes coming at me. I'm going to take the break for both of them. I do a nice little dodge. I don't take any hits. Right now I'm playing this as if I'm still alive. Right? Like, mentally I'm still alive. P-51's coming for me. I need to do a dodge. It's a 3v1. Now I'm dead. I know I'm dead. Because I took a hit to the elevator and I took a hit to the wing. I knock out a P-51 to make sure that it's a fair trade. It's 1 for 1, and I try and drag them low. Right? That's the next key. These are all American planes. I'm dead. But the best thing I could do for my team right now is to drag them as low as possible, burn as much of their energy as I can, because it's going to give us the best opportunity to stay in this. The XP-50's coming, I'm out of altitude, I'm out of abilities to dodge. I try another one, but at the end of the day, when you start getting into a 5v1, there's no combination of button presses which was going to save my Spitfire from that. And that's just how the game goes. You really gotta not take it super hard when this happens, and it's a little bit easier for me right now because I was shot down by an XP-50, and I know I complain about this all the time, but an XP-50 is so overpowered in this BR, it's not even funny. And when you're flying a Spitfire, you gotta expect to face them, especially in like lower tiers and upper tiers. You'll still see XP-50s. So I just wanted to include that one to show you that it doesn't always go the way you want it to. But even if you're going to lose the fight, you can still help your team out, especially against the Americans, which is what you'll find yourself facing probably about 90% of the time, at least if you're on a North American server. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. My voice is kind of dead. I had to record this in different takes over an entire day, so I think as it goes on, you guys are going to find it gets more and more gravelly, which is just how it is, unfortunately. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you could pull something from this. The main things I just want you to remember is always climb, work on your aim, do some single battles, work on your aim. Use your plane how it's meant to be used. If it's a turn fighter, you turn fight. If it's a boom and zoomer, you boom and zoom. You know, think back to that P-63 that got obliterated because he was a boom and zoomer and tried to turn fight. If I was trying to boom and zoom with my Spitfire, it's kind of an all-rounder, so I might do okay, but it's really not what she's for, so we just got to keep that in mind when we're flying it. All right, that is everything I have for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. I know it's been a weird one, and I don't usually do these after narrations. I usually narrate at the same time, but today I really needed to take breaks in between each script, I guess. Anyway, you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye for now.